welcome back. It's Shelby, and today we are making candles from a kit. So I found this Art Minds candle making kit at my craft store. It's similar to the wax melt making kit that I tried out and reviewed a little bit earlier on my channel. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it above so you can check it out. And if you like this kit, I will link it below along with my socials. But basically this is for making votive candles. Apparently it's everything you need in there, same as the wax making kit, and the wax making kit was actually pretty comprehensive. I just need a microwave and a knife and some bowls. So hopefully this candle making kit is just as good, but I figured I would try it out because I've never tried a candle making kit before. See what it is, maybe see if I like it, but see how the candles turn out. Anyway, if you like the video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments and we'll get right into it. So, first off, we're going to open it because, like the wax kit, I haven't opened this box yet. I just want to see what's in there, show you guys what's in there, what it comes with. Very similar packaging. It's the, can't even see it, but the wax pellets on top. There you go, we'll put some shade. The wax pellets on top under a cardboard thingy. Instructions, which I will read later. Oh, it's got these. Okay, these are scent blocks. So these are similar. I don't know if you can see, the last kit had red, blue, and yellow hard wax blocks and was hoping this one wouldn't because I didn't like those. But this one says vanilla, so I guess it's just the scent. It doesn't smell like vanilla. That smells a little bit like sunscreen, so we will see. We have our soy wax pellets in just a giant bag here, which is perfect. And then another layer of box. And in here we have an assortment of sticks, wicks, and votive jars, I guess for lack of a better term, the little glass thingies. So, oh, okay, so these are smaller than I thought based on the image on the front of the box. I guess they're like almost true to size, but these are cute. So they're like, yeah, just cute little votive candles. So I have 6 of those and something else. Oh, the hard wax stuff, or the sticky wax to get the wick to the bottom of the votive candles. I've got my wick with a little metal thing on the bottom and a stick. I'm not quite sure what the stick's for, but I bet the instructions will tell me. So that's everything that comes with it. I'm gonna read the instructions and we will start assembling a candle. Okay, so the instructions are pretty straightforward. Again, only 6 steps, which is great, very easy to use, a little bit different than the wax melting kit. First off, it starts with like cover your surface area that you're working with, like your workspace, to prevent like wax stains anywhere, so you know, common sense. Then it wants you to clean the cups, use a little bit of the sticky wax, secure the wick to the bottom, use the dowel to center it. Then you are going to melt your wax in a bowl in the microwave, pour it in till about 1/4 inch from the top, and then once it dries, is it once it dries? Once it's cooled for 30 minutes, so not the whole time, you stab holes in it near the wick, which I haven't heard before, but apparently it lets air bubbles escape if there's air bubbles. And then you melt a little bit more wax and just fill in the holes so it's nice and smooth, and that's it. That's the whole thing, other than putting in the scent block. But there's only 1 scent block in here. I don't know if more than 1 scent block is supposed to come. I got 3 colors with the other one, so I wonder. Contains soy wax, 6 wicks. Yeah, 1 fragrance block. So just the vanilla, which I'm not using this, honestly. I'm gonna skip that step. I don't like the way this smells. I don't want a candle that smells like this in my home. It doesn't smell good to me. And it doesn't smell like vanilla. It smells like if they made a sunscreen scented crayon. That's what this smells like to me. So we're not using that. But I will make a non-scented candle because those are fun to have around the house too, in case you just have too many scents burning and you want more candles, but you just can't add another fragrance to the mix. I do that sometimes and I end up with tea lights because they're the only candles that I have that are unscented. So now we will have an unscented candle, but I'm going to prep it, get it washed. We'll come back and put our wick in and then start melting the wax. Okay, so I am just going to pull out a little bit of the sticky wax. Everything in here is wax. You've got the soy wax, you've got the sticky wax, you've got the wax scented, you know, vanilla thing. Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense it's a candle, but so many different waxes in this kit. So I just pulled off probably the size of like half a pea, and oh, it actually becomes pretty easy to work with. Stick it on the bottom like that. We're gonna stick it in the bottom of the votive, so see if I can do this. Ooh, first try. Oh wait, no, that didn't work. Hold up. There we go, okay. So I'm just gonna put it down and then use the dowel to kind of like secure it in there. It's really too small to like get my hands down there, so we're just gonna stick it down with the stick. Try to center it as best as I can. Just kind of create a lot of pressure on there so it stays, hopefully. There we go. And now wrap the, can you see that? Nope. So now wrap the wick around the dowel a little bit just to keep it centered. It's a waxed wick, so it kind of keeps its shape just like that. I know it's going to start to melt as soon as I start pouring the wax in there, so I do need to just like wrap the wick a couple times and secure it, but just going to wrap it around the dowel a little bit like that, just so hopefully it stays when I pour the wax. So now I'm going to melt my wax, and oh, I didn't measure it. Last time what I did for the wax melts was I measured a little bit more than the container could hold, and it was perfect. So what I'm going to do for this is get another votive glass out, fill it up. That's going to be my measurement. So let me grab a bowl and we will get our wax going in the microwave, and yeah, super easy. I do like these kits for how easy they are. Like, I'll give them that. It's pretty cool as far as just like a quick little craft, and you end up with something cool at the end of it. So I have my wax, I have my votive, just like a candle dish that doesn't have the stick and the wick and the dowel and all that, and just a bowl right here, add a frame. But basically I'm just going to fill this up and hope that works as a measuring technique. They don't tell you how much you need for one votive. I guess you're supposed to use all of them or something. So I'm filling it up a little bit more than the cup. I'm just going to pour it in. I'm not supposed to fill the entire, come out, there we go, the entire glass with the wax once it's melted. It's supposed to go down about 1/4 of an inch to about right there. So I'm thinking a full one should be good because it should melt down to about that level. It gives me microwaving times for 8 ounces of this, so like a cup, but this is not a cup. So we're just gonna nuke it for 30-second intervals until it's melted, probably up to about 2 minutes, and then come back to pour. So the wax is melted. I put this on this little like upside down trivet thing because it's too hot to actually touch the bowl, but the wax is liquid. And this is the point when you would shave off the vanilla chunk in there to make it scented. I'm not going to do that. I'm totally skipping it. I don't like the way it smells. But I'm assuming this is also the point where you could add essential oils or any other scent that you want to the wax. I'm not going to do that simply because today is about trying out the kit, and they didn't come with the kit. So I do have them in the future. I will probably add them at this stage, but not doing that today. Got my little votive holder and the wick stuck down, attached to the dowel. We are going to, can you see that? You can't even see that. What am I gonna do? Okay, so we're gonna move the wax down, and I'm hoping the bowl just like cools down enough that I can touch it because this is kind of ridiculous. And then let me get my votive up high enough that you can see it. Okay, that's gonna work. So you can see the votive all the way down. The bowl's warm, but I think I can touch it. I feel like if I put a like pot holder on, I'm gonna spill everywhere, but it's just a little bit too hot to touch, so we're gonna attempt this lobster claw it, and we're gonna pour it in. I'm gonna turn it like that so I can actually, it's gonna go everywhere. I'm gonna put the instructions under my votive candle so that it doesn't destroy the box if it spills. That's what we're gonna do. That looks so bad. Whatever. This is what's happening right now. Okay. Pour, 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 pour. Ooh, good thing I did, because that went everywhere. And that was not enough wax. Oh, failure at life. Okay. Here we go. This is what's happening. Ah, we'll get that off the box. That can just do that. So I got way too little of wax, which is unfortunate. The dowel's holding pretty well. I think what saved me is that the wax wick actually came down the side here. just as the way I rolled it, so it's kind of keeping it in place because it's unwinding a little bit, but the sticky thing is kind of holding it to the bottom the way it should, so that's good. And I'm going to quickly melt some more wax to fill this up a little bit higher because this is too small. It's not enough wax in there, but it says that it will dry in about 30 minutes before you can poke the holes, and it's only going to take me a minute, literally, to melt more wax. So that's what we're going to do. It's a great thing about crafting. You can usually fix things when you mess them up. So I'm just going to do 2 handfuls because I only need it to be like about 1/4 of an inch to come up. I feel like that's more wax than I originally melted. Like that's, I'm gonna take some out. I'm gonna take some out. Might regret that, but yeah. We're trying. Okay, attempt 2. Bowl's pretty toasty, but not terrible. Wax is liquid. Pouring in, ooh, and I over poured. I'm terrible at this, but we're just gonna slide them out back. There we go. That's about 1/4 of an inch. We're good. I'm gonna let the wax dry and then clean up the outside of the votive. Got a little bit of wax here. I'm gonna let this dry for 30 minutes and then poke my holes and then we'll pull the wax. So, okay, yes, this kit is proving to be a little tricky, but I think that's more user error than the actual kit, so I still have a high opinion of it so far. We'll see how the candle turns out and burns, but right now I still like the kit. So I'm gonna leave the wax in here because we're gonna remelt this as soon as we poke the holes. We'll see half an hour from now. Okay, so it has been about a half an hour. Cannot wait. My candle is solidifying. Looks pretty good. Can't pour out, which is nice. So I'm going to take the dowel out. The wax wick is still kind of this curly Q mess, which is kind of cool. So it said puncture it around the wick to get rid of air bubbles. It was liquid when I put it in, so I don't know why there would be air bubbles, but we're gonna do this. It's going in really smoothly. I don't think there were any air bubbles at all, but whatever. And I have re-melted the excess wax that we had. I'm just gonna pour it in. It says don't raise the fill level, just pour it in to cover the holes. So, here we go, as best we can, get a smooth top. So I'm just gonna roll it around. Can't help but raise the fill level just slightly, but I'll move the camera angle so you can see that. I think we're good. Now I let it sit several hours, but let's be real, I'm not checking back on this till overnight just because that's easier. So I will see you here tomorrow to kind of see how it worked out and light it up and see what kind of candles this kit will give you. So yeah, bye for now. So that is the wax poured over the holes. You can see the darker color, that's where I poked the holes in. Nice smooth top with the wax poured over the top. The wick is still kind of crazy, but I'm gonna let that dry overnight and we'll see what we have tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next day. I did wait overnight. I was a little bit nervous as I was watching this. The holes never filled in. And I was hoping like, okay, maybe overnight, like let it set. The holes never filled in. Like it had me poke holes. You can see kind of right there next to the wick there's holes, so it had me poke holes in the candle next to the wick to remove the air bubbles. No air bubbles really came out, and it's not a nice smooth finish. So it told me just to pour in enough wax to fill the hole, not change the level of the wax. So I did that. I did actually pour a little bit much, so it did actually increase the level of the wax in the candle. And the holes never filled in, like they just kind of look like a little roughed up surface. So not a fan of that. Next time I probably won't fill in holes, but next time I'm gonna use my own essential oils too. I just didn't want to do that because I was testing out the kit, so next time I'm probably not going to do that. So here is the wick all kind of raised up. You're supposed to trim it before you light it, so I'm just gonna trim it to the top of the candle votive, just like that. And we are going to light this candle up. The soy wax melted really quickly actually, so not quite sure how long this candle will give me as far as staying lit and being a candle. Hopefully it works just like a normal candle, but I'm gonna light this up, and thanks so much for watching. And If you like the kit, I will link it below along with my socials. It did turn out pretty well. Like I said, I personally wasn't a fan of the vanilla scented block, but you can make 6 candle votives out of this. Honestly, there was so much wax in there, like the soy wax pellets. I bet you could make more than 6 candles. Like, I'm guessing I can burn these down and make a few more, which is great. Like, that's honestly something that I would definitely look for in a kit, and it makes candle making really simple, especially if you haven't done it before. So I would definitely suggest the kit. And yeah, if you liked the video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Feel free to subscribe. I'd love to see you here again soon. I'll do a close-up of it being lit at the end, but thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.